Using YouTube ads to promote your business can be so profitable if done right, but they can be really confusing and really difficult to get started if you don't know what to look for. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things you must do if you want to have a successful and profitable YouTube ad campaign. They're very simple once you know what to look for, but you must implement all 5. If you only take 1 or 2, you will still have a campaign that is most likely not working. So the first thing we've got to pay attention to is the bidding strategy. When you create a YouTube ad campaign, the first thing you're going to be asked is what strategy are you going to be using? We suggest target CPA. That stands for target cost per acquisition. YouTube's going to ask you in this case, what is your maximum amount you're willing to pay for a conversion, for a lead, or for a customer? And by doing that, we're giving YouTube an idea of what our budget is, rather than just giving them a daily spend and fingers crossed hope they hit it. Now YouTube knows what they're aiming for, and oftentimes they hit the mark and we have a campaign that we can scale. Now keep in mind, this isn't a fail-safe. You may still have to optimize your campaigns, but it's at least a really good start. The second thing is don't get sucked into Google's recommended budget for your campaigns, okay? Work within your means. If you've set aside a budget that is comfortable for you to start launching ads, then roll with that. Google has a way of trying to persuade you to increase the budget on your ad campaigns, and you don't need to, not until your campaigns are proven, and then you can start increasing your budget when you have found some profitable YouTube ad campaigns. My recommendation is start with $5 to $10 a day as your budget. That is enough over the course of the next few days to see the data that is looking positive and start to amplify it and scale those campaigns. The third thing you need to be paying attention to is the audience that you're going to be serving this YouTube ad to. What you don't want to do is spend loads of time planning every other area of your ad campaign, and your audience that you're actually going to serve it to is just an afterthought. You want to spend some time on this, and you want to make sure that you are serving your ad to the right type of people. There are 3 types of audiences that we use at my company very, very successfully that allow us to scale our campaigns to multiple 7 figures in revenue very, very profitably. It's URL targeting, it's Google's own audiences, and it's custom Google audiences. And if you need to learn more about those, I've done another video on this that you can see by clicking the button above. And now there are 2 more things we need to pay attention to on the topic of targeting. When you are telling Google who you would like to serve the YouTube ad to, you're picking an audience, but you also have another area where you can be selecting different things about these people, their demographic and things like that. One of the options is selecting an income bracket. Google is going to do their very best to try and find information on your audience that is useful for you to use as an advertiser. And one of them is, how much money do we think these people are earning, based on loads of different factors. This can be a helpful layer to add on to your targeting, but just be aware, if you activate this, your ads are not going to serve in Europe, which is a large portion of the targeting that we like as a company, and you may like as well. And you may be pulling your hair out wondering why your ads are not serving to European countries. That is the reason why.
Hey everyone, it is Aaron here, Marketing Manager at AdClients. Just a quick note to say that YouTube have recently changed the way that you do income targeting. So now you need to select the unknown checkbox, and that means that your ads will be able to show across Europe. So yeah, that's just a quick note from me, and now back to John.
And it's because Google doesn't have that information on any countries within Europe. Now, if you select it, Google will still tell you that your ads are going to serve in Europe, but they just won't. Nothing will start to spend, and you'll be really frustrated wondering why it's happening. But now you've seen this video, you'll know. And the 5th thing that you need to be paying attention to is turning off optimized targeting. When you are setting up an ad campaign, you're going to be inputting all the information that we've just spoken about and all of the other things that come along with setting up an ad campaign. And Google's going to ask you if you want to turn this on. What this essentially does is will expand the audience that you've just so carefully put together. you've told Google, I want ads to run to this group of people who are searching for this type of stuff. And if you turn on optimized targeting, YouTube's going to say, okay, we're going to use that as an idea for who it is you want to target, but we're going to go out and try and find more people like these people. And sometimes it turns out that they're not very good audiences. So we find it better to have that turned off. If you would like to see this in action from start to finish, you should check out this video up here where we're going to walk you through A to Z of launching a profitable and successful YouTube ad campaign. I know you're going to love it. Go ahead and check that video out. And please don't forget to support the channel by subscribing to us, and also hit the thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.